Hello, how you doing, people? We're on again another day, another day's journey. That sleep was good this morning, though. I had to redo that thing a couple of times, but we're here. Start telling your friends, neighbors. It's my lovely wife, Coach Portia. We're on every Saturday, 8:30. 8:30 is a labor of love that we're doing. This is like free counseling and free coaching. You get it free of charge for 8:30 minutes.
It's a conversation.
And hopefully we're blessing you and encouraging you to do greater things.
So those of you that are following me day 18 on this soft food journey, no solids, liquids, blending, hot, cold, and some hiccups, but I'm practicing. 28 days, I've never done this journey before, and it's a lot of fun. Haven't lost 1 pound, but I'm doing it more for a discipline journey and the practice of it, which is super. And blending, I tell you, you have to really watch the calories because you can overblend more than what I would be eating because now I'm adding fruit to the whole blending process. So it's like I have to count those calories as I go as well. But I'm loving this journey. My gut is feeling great. And I can't wait to go to Queen's Delight because they have a very good, I hear, peach cobbler oatmeal, which I'm not ready to try yet because I have a feeling it's going to be very sweet and too good. So I'm thinking of getting their, they also have like the soft.
I can't go to Queen's Delight because Queen's Delight is dangerous.
Well, you usually get really good food. Oh, we're almost done too. So this is who we have, guys, with us today. Errol. Yes, sir. We have him here today with us. He's our engineer for today. He is amazing. We have 30 seconds. Probably we have 30 seconds.
I understand. He ain't saying nothing. So
Yeah, put your thing on.
she's also the executive
No,
producer.
put your thing on.
She's the executive producer. She'll tell a brain surgeon how to do brain surgery. That's my wife. She knows everything.
Just let us know when, because I can't hear anything. Good morning, Alexandria. I see you Monday night morning. Probably did I tell you Alexandria is coming up on Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Just let me know when. Okay, even if you don't hear anything, just keep going because they'll add it.
Join the coach and the counselor every Saturday morning, 8 to 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Radio 1400.am.
The coach and the counselor. Join us for courageous conversations, relationship talks, comedy, hearts work, and meditation.
That's the coach and the counselor every Saturday morning, 8 to 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Radio 1400.am.
Good morning and welcome back to The Coach.
And the counselor.
This is another segment. We are going to jump right into the process.
Jump.
Oh, he has a lot of energy today, guys. This is going to be on and popping. So what's going on, counselor? Let's just give a check-in with you this morning.
I'm sleepy.
You're sleepy?
It was sleepy. It was a long night. We had a date night after doing some comedy, and I love it because to me, yesterday was a success. Not because of the comedy, it was a success because I took my baby out and we watched the movie. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
So our topic for today, we're going to jump right in, is Adam.
All right, Adam. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Adam.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, the scientific language for the species of man.
Okay.
Adam is what we're going to be talking about today.
Homo sapien, that's what they call it. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's the species that they call it.
Of human?
Yeah.
I guess the spiritual term would be Adam.
First term, yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So let's get right into the topic of Adam.
Let's dive in it.
Let's dive into it. So I was up about 2:30 to like maybe 2:30 a.m., 3 a.m.
I was asleep.
Eastern time.
I was asleep.
I was up and I was so tickled for some reason about we really don't know how we got here. There's the story of the first man, but we're like, I was just so tickled, like no one could really explain the mystery of how we are in these bodysuits and how we're here and we're multiplying and we're duplicating ourselves in this realm. And maybe it was from the movie that we watched, Ant. People or Ant-Man, what was the name of the movie?
Ant-Man and the Quantum something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where they were
Somebody
in
was
this,
smoking when they made that movie right now. Somebody was smoking
it was
something.
a great movie.
They were smoking.
When they were in this this probability, and you know how they kept the
Mhm.
people kept splitting and splitting and splitting, but it was one true source.
Right.
And maybe that thought came from that, but I was like,
Well,
we really can't explain, like we really, no one person could really explain. We all have perspectives, but there's a mystery when it comes to the species of Adam and why, well, not why we're here, I think we know why we're here, but how we arrived here.
I mean, there are mysteries out there, but you know, from a Christian perspective, I know we don't want to go there, but that's all I know. Is that you know there's a word in theology called acidity. Acidity, ASEITY. It means self-creation or I'm sorry, self-existent. Self-existent. So there has to be a beginning somewhere. I mean, there's no doubt in your head because as I'm an author of books and you're an author of books, we are the author. You know, without us, the books would not exist. So if you keep peeling back time, there was something out there, and I call it God, of course, that is self-existent, that created what we have today. Adam. Now, are there different variations of it? Absolutely. Okay. But one thing I know about man, though, Coach Porter, man is jacked up. man
See,
needs
I
help.
think the opposite.
No.
I think man, the species of Adam, I think we're some of the most amazing creatures ever existing. I see beauty even in the most what people would call evil. I see this just amazing species just sort of burdened and lost over time.
Definitely burdened. I mean, that's why we need something outside of us to help us. I mean, there are things within ourselves because, again, as we both agree, that we're a spirit being, and getting in contact with that spirit being again to become a better person. To me, it's like understanding who you are, what you are.
But how do you do that if you don't know your
Well, that's the-
existence?
Well, that's the problem. People are so narcissistic; they don't think they need help. They don't need need to be in a better place. I mean, they just sentenced the young man from Buffalo last year that killed all those black people. I mean, this is a young man. I mean, who traveled hours to go to Buffalo to kill purposely black people. All right. So again, that is the mind frame of man that they think man thinks nothing's wrong with it.
Yeah, but those are all the bad things that get reported. What about the good parts? That
Oh,
we never
there
saw
are good
in the
parts,
report?
like this couple that wakes up 7 o'clock in the morning and comes down to the Frisco station.
But that's a
and does it.
choice. But that's a part of I think the Adam species that we are a part of.
Well, a part of man being good is also in Buffalo when the gentleman died on the football field, how everyone prayed for him and everyone came to his rescue. That was a good part of Adam, all right, because it was a point of empathy. And yet there were some people who were still like, you should have died out there. I mean, all types of crazy stuff. Yeah. I mean, people just are so sarcastic, that's what I'm looking for. So sarcastic that they will look at the good and still find the bad, all right?
So I just want to give rise to all of those that are in our live audience today. We have many people from around the world.
Yes.
Tri-state in the U.S., some people from the Caribbean. Thank you so much for logging in and watching.
Yes, okay. Yeah, so really, as you say correctly, it's unburdening. And it's a daily process. It's a maintenance of unburdening because Adam, or there's always something there that if I'm not careful will overwhelm me, will totally put me in a bad place. So it's constantly keeping it. It's like taking a shower in a bath. I'm constantly wiping off the old so it won't stink. Why? Because I'm not washing off stuff that can burden me down the road.
So I love our two perspectives, the coach and the counselor, because you normally see the dark side, and I'm gonna call it that, and I normally see a different side of things. I see the amazement of this Adam species. I see the pores that whomever it is within me that speaks. I start thinking, you know, wow, this thing needs pores. I look at my arms and my legs and I see all those, you know, maybe not, I know everyone has them, but some people's are more visible. How my pores are very open. Like I can look down on my arm and see like all these little pores and like how the inner being needs that to breathe. I think of that as really Adam. Like the thing that speaks for me, the thing that sees for me, the thing that hears for me. And I'm almost wondering inside, like, you know, I often wonder, what does that thing in me look like? I think of an invisible almost being, but yet how you could see it, almost like, we don't really talk about it in Bridgeport, but what do you call it, how do they say it in a lot of real estate contracts? Are there any paranormal activity?
Oh
going on?
yeah.
So I think
If
of,
someone's died,
I think of,
you gotta let the person know. Yeah.
well, no, the paranormal activity that happens in the streets of Bridgeport, Connecticut, which you know, very few people talk about. But I think of like, what does that part of Adam and me, like that species, what does it really look like? Do you ever think about that?
Well, you know, I definitely believe in the spirit realm. I mean,
But what do you think yours looks like? Not as a preacher, as a
no,
counselor.
no,
I'm just talking to you as Tim.
no. So the spirit. Can't get too deep here, but
No, please go there. Oh,
okay, you open that door. All right, so you know, we're body, soul, and spirit. All right, so the flesh is dying. I mean, this spacesuit called flesh is dying every day. All right, it's going away. That spirit though lives forever, lives forever. And so in this new form that we'll be in, however it may be in, you know, it's going to be a form that we've never seen before. Now, this is the mystery that we're talking about. I don't understand the mystery of after. Do I believe in heaven? Absolutely. Do I believe in the judgment? Absolutely. But it's going to be a form that I've never seen before. Why? Because I'm going to be in a dimension I've never been before. I mean, there's a quantum. There's a dimension I've never seen before. That once I close my eyes to this world, I immediately go into another dimension. Now, where that ends up, heaven and hell, you know, that's something that, you know, based on my walk with God, you know, is understood. But again, there is another level. That's why people should live toward that level. In other words, this is just temporary. You know, the day in February is a temporary day. There's going to be an eternal day, though. And in that eternal day is what I am really looking for, because that's eternal means forever.
so do you feel like your eternal is in heaven only? Because heaven and earth is going to pass away.
Okay, all right. So now we're going deeper. All right. So again, as I tell my college students that God is the God of the known world and unknown world. A scientist, which I agree with, there are galaxies we've never seen before.
Sure.
Totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. I don't fight at all. But in those galaxies, as a quantum, you know, whatever, is that there are places of God that we have no clue about. But when we go into that next area, based on how we live this life here, we will experience that. That's what I believe.
So you mentioned something earlier that the spirit lives on.
Yes.
What do you think your spirit will, since
Hopefully 7 foot tall, muscles everywhere. But, I'm just calling
because
it
you go to the physical, right?
Yeah,
You always
yeah.
go to the physical about the
it's going to be a pureness of spirit.
But do you think it's like vapors? Like, do you think your spirit
I-
is like
I have
permeable?
I
Like,
have
it's kind of invisible?
I have no idea what it's going to be like, but I do know one thing. Someone said, "What's the good thing about heaven?" And the person said very distinctly, "No sin. There'll be no burden. There'll be no burden. There'll be no negativity, and that's something we'll never
But
experience."
do you think we're on that now?
No.
You don't think you're on heaven on earth right now?
Do you see how bad my breath is in the morning? That tells you right there. No, we're not experience purity. And then when I blow up the bathroom, no, it's not experiencing no purity. That
But
stuff stinks.
you don't think you have moments on heaven, moments of
Yeah.
heaven on earth in this moment?
When I'm with my lovely wife, those wonderful intimate moments, yes, that's
Is that it?
yes, that's heaven.
That's it.
No, I mean, there's other forms. When I'm really being a servant and giving over, those are pure forms that we all need to do.
So let's talk about that when we come back.
Sure.
I am Coach Portia.
I am Dr. B.
We are the coach and the counselor, unburdened using the IFS model of Hartsford coaching with unburdening
What
meditations.
do you have to say, Doctor?
Counseling and mentorship.
Call me doctor. What do you
Individual.
have to say, Doctor?
Call us 475-242-8179.
I'm a little bit early. One minute.
242-8179 for a unique husband
The coach.
and the counselor.
Welcome back. to
Welcome
the
back,
second
people.
half Of the coach.
You didn't go nowhere, did you? You still did, didn't you?
So let's just jump right back into it. So let's finish the first half of the
Mhm.
conversation.
Yeah.
So what were you saying, sir?
Yeah, so I was saying that are there good forms in me that come out of nowhere every now and then? Absolutely. But again, is that on a consistent basis? Absolutely not. No, because again, we're in this flesh suit. In the Bible says, "All have sinned and come short of the glory of God." So I'm in this flesh suit.
So you mentioned sin. Do you feel like you sin every day?
I believe I do something. Yes. Yes. Okay. So that's why for me, self-examination. I mean, sometimes you say to me, "Babe, why are you so quiet?" Because I'm doing a self-examination. Like my car. My car has a check engine light. The check engine light is always checking diagnostics how the car is working. And I feel, this is just me personally, that I am always self-evaluating. Tim, you could have done that better.
Sure.
Tim,
I vote
you
all
could
day,
do it.
every day.
So to me, that's what I am doing on a regular basis. Like when I did comedy last night, in my head, I was saying, okay, I could have done it different, I could have done it differently. But the same thing, I do the same thing for my personal walk. How do I treat you? How do I treat the kids? How do I treat people who throw me a bird while I'm driving in my Honda? I mean, all those things are me doing self-evaluation. Why? Because the great criticism to keep yourself unburdened is self-criticism. What could I do different?
Yeah, but what if you're taking that to the
Now
extreme?
that's the point of self-pity. That's the point of self-deprivation that you cannot do. So it's people say it's a thin line between love and hate. Well, there's a thin line between self-evaluation and self-pity and beating myself up, which definitely is a no-no.
So let's get back to the species of Adam.
Yes.
How do you feel about Adam, like the species of man?
The species,
moment.
the species of man, to me, is definitely in a quagmire right now because it's in a pickle. It's in a situation. It's in a juxtaposition where the point is,
in a situation.
yeah, exactly, because our technology is getting better, no doubt about it. I was hearing how they're using more artificial intelligence. I think your son told us how now artificial intelligence are writing books by themselves. That's why that's scary. But so this progression.
Yeah, but isn't someone pushing the buttons? See, this is.
I don't know how that
There's one thing about
works.
technology, I would say,
that
there's
works.
always someone
I
behind
don't know how that
the
works.
scenes pushing the buttons.
I don't know how that works. But one thing it seems that technology is getting more detailed, but man is still having issues. Divorce are still happening. Abuses are still
Well,
happening.
that's our.
Racism still
That's our,
happening.
but that's our human part, so this
That's the
is,
point I'm trying to make. Yes,
this is,
it's the point of Adam. Adam has burdens that some people are unburdening, and some people are adding the burden, or some people are not even dealing with the burden. So to me, that's how man is. Either you're unburdening, you're adding to the burden, or you just have the burden and you're not doing nothing with it.
so let's talk a little bit about technology since you went there.
Yes.
I really feel like the species of Adam has come to the heightened point of we're not really producing anything else physical. Our latest adventures and events and advancements all stem around technology. I believe we've come to the heightened level
That's a
of
very good point.
we've built the pyramids, we've built the skyscrapers, we've built the
Coach Boss, you hit it,
undergrounds,
you
we've
hit it.
built. What else is there for
But-
the Adam species on this earth to do other than
But-
now and
But see, that's the
technology?
problem. Man is more easier to work on technology than on themselves. Okay, that's the point right there. I mean, right now, electric cars are, are becoming more plentiful. I mean, the computers are going from floppy disk to Wi-Fi. So man,
To tiny chips.
tiny chips. So man is more ready to do technology, but they won't do the individual personal work.
So do you
That's the issue right there.
So
Coach
do you
Borchert.
think
Very
all-
good point.
So do you think all of this is a distraction to the species of Adam?
That is the
All the
distraction.
things that we're
That-
into now?
That is the distraction that, oh, look what I've accomplished, look what I've done, look what I've created, and yet on the inside there's still issues that have not been unburdened. That's why, Coach Porter, this is just my opinion, the technology cannot be perfect. Why? Because man is not perfect. I mean, they're striving to do that, but there are things about man, because man rather do this than do this.
Which is
I'm
so-
sorry.
which is
People
so
really can't see me. Man rather do
Reach
the
out.
reach out, do the tangible, but they won't take the time to do. I mean,
To go inward.
so during COVID, they busted their butt to find the anti-serum. They busted their butt to find how to fix this. If man would do the same thing internally, oh, this would be a better place. But man doesn't do that.
Well, I always say this, we find solutions for the iPhone,
Yes.
for all of these things that are these technical things, but we haven't found the solution toward peace as a people. Maybe as in communities, but we haven't found the solution, the true solution toward peace, hope,
Well,
love.
for me, the peace and love and hope is there through Christ Jesus. That's for me because when I find Him,
But even with that, you're saying, you mentioned, and I get it, every day you're sinning. Every day there's something that you're doing that
there's
is
something
not
every
quite
day.
there.
Why? Yeah, because again, I'm in this suit. I mean, I'm in this mental flesh suit that every now and then it gets the best of me.
So what percentage of peace do you think you live in daily? Just somewhere.
I mean, before I met you, it was kind of zero. But after my encounter with myself, God, and now with you, it's close to 80. Close to
High
80.
vibration.
It's
yeah.
much higher. It's much higher because now I've learned to unburden. I've learned to understand. All right, Tim, you got a long way to go, but look how far you've come. And those things will encourage you to continue on this journey. But if I just look at the things I've done and beat myself up, of course, that's the sabotaging, or that's the quicksand that will get you in trouble all the time. Yeah.
That's powerful. I always say, I think when you're vibrating, right, at a higher frequency of about 60, 70%, 80%,
Yeah.
90%, That's a very beautiful thing when you're living that close to peace on a daily basis.
When you live in peace, now you're in shifted, but it's a good shift. Because that's one thing Adam doesn't have most of it. It's called peace. People can't sleep at night.
Well, the
people are
species of
nervous.
Adam, the
Yeah.
original had it.
Oh,
The
definitely.
original species
Oh.
of Adam had,
The original
they
Adam,
lived in before. Yeah.
the original Adam and Eve, they were naked and not ashamed. They were perfect. Everything was fine. It's when they moved out of that realm of God,
And
into
even-
their own self.
But even those before then, right? So.
Well, I don't believe there's something before them. That's just not belief.
There's gotta be something before them because who created them?
Uh,
So if you wanna get technical, let's go back to that.
Mhm.
We created them. Let us make man.
Right.
So there was definitely something more than before Adam and Eve, and it was more than one. So
Okay.
this is what I'm talking about the species of Adam.
All right. So, so the word "us" in the Hebrew, because the Bible is written in Hebrew and Greek. So the Old Testament, the word "us" is Elohim, which means us. All right. So when you look at that "us," it's also it's the Trinity, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. So that "us." Now, again, this is a mystery I don't understand.
Well, this is what I'm talking about though.
This is a mystery
is
I don't
what the
understand.
beginning of
This
the
is mystery I
whole
don't
conversation was about.
This is what I
We
understand.
don't know.
Okay.
Nobody knows.
There
Nobody-
are-
There's we have that common ground. We don't know.
You are absolutely right
And
that
it's
there are
so, it was
things.
so comical to me this morning.
There are things that our brains haven't even fashioned. Because here's what I believe: that because of the sin nature of man, our knowledge, how it used to be in the beginning, is nowhere where it is today. For example, we lived much longer in the very beginning. We lived to 900 years old and stuff like that. And our capacity and how we thought and the processing was totally different. But because, again, man is so into the technology, even we see that with Nimrod in the Bible, how he created this great period, this great thing. Man is so into building that they are not into building within. And that's the issue. Even in the very beginning, you have Cain and Abel, the killing. Why? Because man is into creating, but not working on within.
And I like what you said about technology. My thought process is, I mean, how many of us really know the numbers in our phone? We might know one or two telephone numbers, but we really depend on technology, a lot of people,
Yeah.
to know that for us. Some of us don't even have, an index anymore. So that if something happened to our numbers,
Oh, we're in trouble.
we're lost.
I mean,
So imagine that, right? The species of Adam. If we really begin to allow technology the distraction toward our memory.
yeah, our memory is definitely not like it used to be. But even Coach Borsa, excuse me, even is that water? That's probably water. Is that water?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Sometimes my wife has anointed juice. So thank you, my love. So even man today don't really understand how the brain works. There's over 500 million cells in the brain alone, and man is still trying to figure that out. So again, there are things with Adam that still has not been quantified. Why? Because there's things within us that we haven't quantified within ourselves. There are disparities. There are issues that we don't face on a regular basis. That we fight on a regular basis, and it's fighting. I mean, just like the weight. I mean, okay, thank God my weight went down by 20 pounds. Now I'm around 186, 190. But it's a fight that represents my internal focus. Is that there are days I want to go to Popeyes and just lose my mind on Popeyes and have the thighs and the legs and the wings and the chicken sandwich and the shrimp. Why? But I know I can't do that. But it's a fight because my flesh wants it bad. But I can't do that. Why? Because of the external implementation that comes with it. Yes, I confess, I'm in Popeyes Anonymous.
So let's begin to sort of wrap up because I do want to breathe when it comes to the species of Adam, just maybe in a minute or so.
Sure.
Our live audience, someone is saying technology is definitely brainwashing man. Oh my God.
Social media is doing a great job of that right now.
Because
And
we get lost for hours.
you get
just
lost.
spinning and
You
twirling
get lost.
down the rabbit hole.
And there are times God tells me fast from social media because you can get into it, the TikToks, the Instagram, the Facebook. You can get like, yeah, and your thumb is like, give me a break, you know, because you just going through it like crazy.
Your thumb or your index fingers.
Whatever.
We're using so much time attached to technology when a lot of us are sick in our bodies. Did we know that our thumbs and our fingers, all of our limbs are so important to our personal healing, and we're spending time in technology just like swiping.
It's dumbing us. It's dumbing us.
We're doing that rather than putting our points where they should be.
People don't read no more. Yeah, the whole bit. People don't read, don't write no more because it's technology.
So why don't we take a few moments
Please.
to breathe and just get into our true species, like who we are at our core, which is what I keep saying. Who we are at our core. We forgot who we were. We forgot that we are the species of Adam. We forgot that we are spirit beings first. We forgot that there's someone living within these bodysuits. We forgot that the one that's living within us moves forward. How are we preparing that one to move into the next realm? Social media is great. This platform of radio is amazing with the radio waves and the vibrations. However, let's use our vibrations to go within ourselves, expand who we are at our core, and move forward in life as the great species that we are. And as we do that, we'll see you next time.
8:30 every Saturday, 8 to 8:30 until we see you guys again. Peace. Some people said there was some technical difficulties here.
Uh-oh.
They said they couldn't hear us.
Oh no. Tell them to go to your Facebook page. All right, guys. Peace. All right, baby, you can turn that off then. Were you plugged up? Were you supposed to plug something in over there?
Yeah. All right, people. Till next time. Peace.